Marcus Lemmer Allen was born on March 26, 1960, in San Diego, California. From a young age, Marcus was surrounded by the kind of environment that produces greatness, not necessarily in terms of wealth or fame, but in discipline, opportunity, and ambition. He was the son of Harold and Gwen Allen, raised in a close-knit household alongside his two brothers. His father, a high school football coach, instilled in Marcus the value of hard work, structure, and perseverance. His mother, Gwen, provided a strong emotional backbone. She believed in her children, supported them unconditionally, and nurtured the kind of quiet confidence that would later define Marcus Allen on and off the field. Growing up in the gritty, competitive sports scene of Southern California, Marcus Allen was not immediately heralded as a future superstar. In fact, in high school, he wasn't even the starting running back at first. At Abraham Lincoln High School in San Diego, Marcus initially played quarterback and defensive back. But what became clear, whether he was throwing, tackling, or running, was his unique understanding of the game and his unteachable instinct for big moments. By the time he graduated in 1978, Marcus had made enough of an impression to attract interest from several top collegiate football programs. He chose to attend the University of Southern California, USC, a school rich with football tradition and, more importantly, a track record of producing elite running backs. But even when he got to USC, Marcus Allen's path to stardom was anything but direct. In his first 2 years at USC, Marcus played a supporting role. In 1978, he was a freshman on the team behind future Heisman Trophy winner Charles White. He played mostly on special teams, biding his time and learning the ropes. Some might have transferred, some might have lost hope, but Marcus Allen was patient. He understood that greatness takes time. In 1979, he was still in the shadow of Charles White, watching from the sidelines as the Trojans won another national championship. But Marcus soaked in every lesson, every drill, every opportunity. And when his time finally came, he didn't just step up, he exploded. In the 1980 season, Marcus Allen became the starting tailback for USC and immediately showcased why he was special. He rushed for 1,563 yards and 14 touchdowns that year, earning national recognition. But it was the 1981 season that truly etched his name into college football history. In 1981, Marcus Allen ran for 2,427 yards, a staggering total that made him the first player in NCAA history to rush for over 2,000 yards in a single season. He added 22 touchdowns, caught 34 passes, and even threw for a touchdown. That year, he was an unstoppable force. With his perfect blend of patience, vision, agility, and raw power, he turned defenses into spectators. He was a one-man show on a team full of future NFL talent, and he was rewarded accordingly. Marcus Allen won the 1981 Heisman Trophy, the Maxwell Award, the Walter Camp Award, and was named the Sporting News Player of the Year. He was a consensus All-American and one of the most decorated players in college football history. But it wasn't just the numbers that defined Marcus Allen. It was the way he played the game. He was graceful, almost balletic in his movement. He had the patience to wait for holes to open, the burst to explode through them, and the intelligence to make defenders miss in the open field. He had that rare trait shared by the all-time greats. He made the extraordinary look easy. When the 1982 NFL Draft arrived, the football world knew Marcus Allen was destined for greatness. He was selected 10th overall in the first round by the Los Angeles Raiders, a team known for its toughness, attitude, and flair. It was a match made in football heaven. In his rookie year with the Raiders, Marcus Allen made an immediate impact. He rushed for 697 yards, caught 38 passes for another 401 yards, and scored 14 total touchdowns. He was named the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. But again, numbers don't tell the whole story. He brought stability to the Raiders' backfield, and his dual-threat ability as both a runner and a receiver gave opposing defenses nightmares. By 1983, Marcus Allen was already among the league's elite. That season, he rushed for over 1,000 yards and scored 11 touchdowns during the regular season. But it was in the postseason where Marcus etched his name into NFL lore. The 1983 Raiders, under head coach Tom Flores, made a deep playoff run that culminated in Super Bowl XVIII against the Washington Redskins. Super Bowl XVIII was Marcus Allen's crowning moment. On January 22, 1984, in front of a national audience, Marcus Allen delivered one of the most legendary performances in Super Bowl history. He rushed for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 74-yard touchdown run that is still widely considered one of the greatest plays in NFL history. On that play, Allen took a pitch, reversed field, broke through a seam, and outran the entire Washington defense. The moment was iconic, Allen gliding through the night, the defense left in the dust, and the Raiders sealing a dominant 38-9 victory. Marcus Allen was named Super Bowl MVP, capping off a dream season with the highest individual honor in the biggest game. He had become a champion in just his second NFL season, and it was clear that his career was heading toward greatness. The following year, 1984, Allen had arguably his best regular season as a pro. He rushed for a career-high 1,759 yards, caught 64 passes, and scored 18 total touchdowns. He was named the NFL MVP and the AP Offensive Player of the Year. He made his second straight Pro Bowl and was named First-Team All-Pro. At that point in time, Marcus Allen was widely regarded as the best running back in the NFL. He had the talent, the accolades, the championship pedigree, and the respect of teammates and opponents alike. But as brilliant as his early NFL career was, Marcus Allen's journey would not remain smooth. Behind the scenes, trouble was brewing between Allen and Raiders owner Al Davis. The reasons for the feud were complex, and to this day, neither side has given a full account of exactly what happened. But what is clear is that Al Davis believed Marcus Allen was undermining him, perhaps through contract negotiations or perceived disloyalty. Whether the reasons were real or imagined, Davis essentially blackballed his star player. Beginning in the late 1980s, despite still being one of the most productive and reliable running backs in the league, Marcus Allen saw his playing time reduced. In 1987, he missed most of the season with an injury, but in 1988 and 1989, Allen found himself in a timeshare situation, something almost unheard of for a player of his caliber. He was still scoring touchdowns and contributing, but the Raiders often used other backs, limiting Allen's role in snaps. The feud reached its most public and bitter point in 1992, when Al Davis went on record calling Marcus Allen a cancer to the team. It was shocking, an owner speaking that way about a former Super Bowl MVP and league MVP who had done so much for the franchise. Allen responded with dignity, but the writing was on the wall. He was still under contract but barely used. It was an ugly and sad chapter in what should have been a celebratory era for both the team and player. That year, Marcus Allen appeared in only a few games, mostly in short yardage or goal line situations. But even in that limited role, he showed he still had it. He was still scoring, still producing, and still keeping his cool in a toxic situation. Eventually, the end of his time with the Raiders came tense, awkward, and far from the hero's farewell he deserved. By 1993, after 11 seasons with the Raiders and a fractured relationship with Al Davis, Marcus Allen became a free agent. And while many assumed his best days were behind him, Allen wasn't done yet. When Marcus Allen signed with the Kansas City Chiefs in 1993, many believed his best days were far behind him. After years of internal conflict with Raiders owner Al Davis and limited playing time, Allen had been written off as a fading star. But what followed was a stunning resurgence that not only revitalized his career but helped redefine his legacy. At 33 years old, an age by which most NFL running backs have retired or declined, Marcus Allen became the starting running back for the Chiefs, and he immediately made his presence felt. That season, he rushed for 764 yards and scored 12 rushing touchdowns, the second highest total of his career at that point. More importantly, he brought leadership, discipline, and championship experience to a young, developing team. He also brought with him a chip on his shoulder. In Kansas City, Allen finally found a franchise that embraced his professionalism and work ethic. He was trusted again, and it showed. In 1993, he was named the NFL Comeback Player of the Year, proving that he still had the talent and willpower to compete at the highest level. Alongside quarterback Joe Montana, another legend looking for a second act, Allen led the Chiefs deep into the playoffs. That year, Kansas City made it to the AFC Championship game, their deepest postseason run in decades. Though they fell short against the Buffalo Bills, Allen's impact on the team was undeniable. Over the next 4 seasons with Kansas City, Allen continued to play at a high level, even as younger running backs began to rotate into the offense. He was no longer the 20-carry-per-game workhorse, but he was the reliable red zone threat, the intelligent situational back, and the locker room leader every franchise needs. Between 1993 and 1997, Allen rushed for 3,698 yards and 44 touchdowns for the Chiefs. He also added 112 receptions for 855 receiving yards and 3 more scores. Despite splitting time, he remained productive, consistent, and most importantly, healthy. On October 9, 1995, Allen scored the 100th rushing touchdown of his career, joining a rare group of elite running backs. But perhaps his most symbolic moment as a Chief came in 1997, his final NFL season. On September 14th of that year, Marcus Allen passed Walter Payton to become the NFL's all-time leader in combined rushing and receiving touchdowns with 127 total at the time, a record that underlined his excellence as both a runner and receiver. He retired following the 1997 season, bringing an end to an incredible 16-year NFL career. His final stat line was jaw-dropping: 12,243 rushing yards, 123 rushing touchdowns, 587 receptions, and over 2,600 receiving yards. At his playoff stats, his 1985 NFL MVP award, his 1984 Super Bowl MVP, and you have one of the most complete resumes in football history. But statistics alone don't capture the essence of Marcus Allen. He wasn't just productive, he was timeless. He was the rare back who could play in any era, in any system, and make it work. He didn't rely purely on speed or brute strength. His game was about vision, patience, instinct, and football IQ. He was a tactician on the field, always 2 steps ahead. In 2003, Allen received the ultimate honor, induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In his speech, he spoke with humility, reflecting on the highs and lows of his career. He didn't publicly dwell on the feud with Al Davis, though he acknowledged the pain of being misunderstood and undervalued for so long. But more than anything, he thanked those who believed in him, his family, his coaches, his teammates, and the fans. He became the first player in NFL history to win the Heisman Trophy, Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP, and be inducted into both the College Football Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's a feat unmatched even to this day. Off the field, Marcus Allen has continued to make an impact. He's worked as an NFL analyst, supported charitable efforts, and mentored young athletes. Known for his class and quiet dignity, he's been a model ambassador for the game of football. His legacy isn't just about yards and touchdowns. It's about overcoming adversity, standing tall in the face of betrayal, and writing a second chapter when others thought your story was done. In an era full of flash and controversy, Marcus Allen was all about substance. When people talk about the greatest running backs of all time, names like Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, and Jim Brown often come up. But Marcus Allen deserves a seat at that table too. He may not have had the flashiest moves or the loudest personality, but he had something more valuable: consistency, versatility, and big game brilliance. He could run between the tackles or catch passes like a wide receiver. He could block, lead, inspire, and perform under pressure. And when the lights were the brightest, like in the Super Bowl or in prime time, he always delivered. The feud with Al Davis may have marred part of his career, but in hindsight, it only made his story more remarkable. It tested his character and resolve, and he passed those tests with grace. He never lashed out publicly, never engaged in petty battles, and let his play speak for itself. Today, Marcus Allen stands as a reminder of what greatness really looks like. Not just in terms of what you do, but how you do it. With class, consistency, and a quiet fire. He once said, "Football is about relationships and moments. It's about how you respond when things don't go your way." No one embodied that more than Marcus Allen. From USC glory to Super Bowl stardom, from MVP to outcast, and back again as a hero in Kansas City, his journey is one of the most compelling in NFL history. A warrior, a leader, a champion, and one of the greatest to ever carry the football.